All right, race fans, this one is going to sound made up, but it's not. Kyle Larson just pulled off a double-duty run that took him from Richmond, Virginia, straight to the dirt at Knoxville Raceway in Iowa on the very same night. Stick around because how he actually made it happen is wild. And hey, real quick, if you are a true NASCAR fan like me, go ahead and drop a like and subscribe to the channel. NASCAR Nation news is just getting started. We are pushing for our next subscriber milestone, and it's all about real talk from fans who live this sport every week. All right, let's get into it. So here's where this whole thing starts. Kyle Larson was supposed to miss the 65th running of the Knoxville Nationals entirely. The conflict was simple and brutal. NASCAR's Cook Out 400 at Richmond Raceway was scheduled for Saturday night, and it landed right on top of the biggest sprint car race of the year out in Iowa. Larson had already made peace with it, but before that, on Thursday night, he'd won the Knoxville preliminary feature, his Paul Silva-owned number 57 sprint car, charging past Garrett Williamson late in the race. That win made him the high point driver and locked in the pole for Saturday's $200,000 to win A-main. He just wasn't supposed to be there to use it until the weather stepped in. Rain pushed the Knoxville schedule deep into Saturday night, and that delay opened up a window nobody expected. Suddenly, this wasn't impossible anymore. It was just ridiculous. But first, Larson still had a 400-lap cup race to finish. Starting 30th at Richmond, he and the number 5 Hendrick Motorsports Chevrolet fought for it all night and crossed the line 6th. That's his first top 10 finish at Sonoma back in June, and it's a big rebound for a team that had 4 finishes of 30th or worse in its previous 5 races. Now, here's where it gets interesting. Cliff Daniels, Larson's Cup Series crew chief, was tracking the Knoxville situation the entire race. At one point, Daniels got on the radio and told Larson that Knoxville hadn't even started hot laps yet because of the delay. Big delay for the race, Daniels told him. We're working on plans for you. Larson's response was one word. Okay? That okay turned into one of the most absurd double-duty missions in modern motorsports. The moment the checkered flag fell at Richmond, Larson didn't stick around for the usual post-race routine. He ran straight to the Hendrick hauler, grabbed what he needed, and got moving, because Knoxville was still waiting on him. Richmond's race ended around 10:30 p.m. Eastern. By 10:57, Larson's plane, tail number N51KL, was already in the air. And it wasn't just NASCAR fans paying attention. At one point, over 10,000 people were tracking that plane on Flight Radar 24, making it the #1 tracked flight in the entire world. Knoxville Raceway even put the live flight tracker up on the big video board at the track, turning it into part of the race night entertainment. Think about that for a second. Thousands of people watching a little airplane icon crawl across a map just to see if a NASCAR champion was going to make it to a dirt track in Iowa in time. He landed around 12:55 a.m. Eastern. The A-main was already on track, and Kyle Larson was in Iowa. The impossible had officially become reality. Now comes the part Larson actually wanted all along. He's set to start from the pole in the Knoxville Nationals A-main, giving him a real shot at his 4th Knoxville Nationals win. He's already won it 3 times in 2021, 2023, and 2024. And right now, he leads the Knoxville Nationals points heading into the finale with 485 points, 4 ahead of Sheldon Haudenschild. So let's just recap what actually happened here. 400 laps at Richmond, a climb from 30th to 6th, a sprint out of the garage, a private plane, a flight to Iowa, a race against the clock just to get to the track. And Kyle Larson ends up sitting on the pole of the Knoxville Nationals. Behind the scenes, Daniels and the Hendrick Motorsports team were working the logistics, while Larson was still turning laps at Richmond, getting him food and hydration, getting him to the airplane, and sending him toward Knoxville the second the cup race ended. Larson could have easily said the schedule made it impossible. Nobody would have blamed him for skipping Knoxville. But instead, when that weather window opened up, he and everyone around him went all in to make it happen. So here's the question for you. If you were in Kyle Larson's shoes, cup race in one state, a shot at your 4th Knoxville Nationals win in another, would you have even tried to make that double happen? Drop your answer in the comments. And if you enjoyed this one, make sure you're subscribed to NASCAR Nation News, because we've got plenty more of this real, fan-first NASCAR talk coming your way. See you in the next one.